So here we are again, Suffolk Squire, 19-inch, part 2, barn find. So what have I been doing since last video? Last video, cutting cylinder, sharpened, painted. New bottom blade, fitted on, ready to go. And we've been busy on the lathe. New set of rollers. So what we're going to do today, we're going to put the mower together, not the engine, just the mower. I think the engine's going to be another strip down, another job for another day. So we're going to start with the mower. I've got everything laid out, so I'm hoping everything's going to go to plan. So off we go. So what have we got? We've got cylinder first. So what I have done, let's have a look. One thing I will just show you, get my camera lady to come in a little bit. That's the cutter bearing. As you can see, there's a right and a wrong way for it to go. First thing we're going to do, you can see that one there, I've already greased it, popped it in there to stop it coming out. The right way is for the sort of the balls to face downwards. So I'm going to put that one in there. There we go, look at that. Lovely. So that's in there. Hopefully that won't come out. So we've got that in there. Right, so let's get cracking. Luckily, the only things we need to really install at this point is the tie bar, the cutting cylinder and the bottom block. So I'm just going to put loosely the cylinder and the tie bar in, and then we'll put the bottom block in. Hopefully my bearings are not going to drop out. Glasses on, see what's going on here. So we've got, look at this, we've got some nice old school tools. Laura, look at that, for an old school mower. Let's start getting it together. Feel quite right. Pull the side off. Bearings in there the right way. Let's make sure that, yeah, that's okay. So let's have another go there. Well, you could sort of do with 2 pairs of hands, but get there. Bottom block in, and I'd just like to say well done to the viewer that noticed last week we had no bottom blade or blade carrier. So we're in there. So, back over. I would say at this point it's probably best to leave things a little loose, and then hopefully we can get all of the screws back into place. So, a little bit of copper slip. Let's get those started. In fact, one of the things I would say I like about all this old stuff, you need very few different size spanners. So you can sort of strip them apart, put them together, a very basic toolkit. But needless to say, it needs to be imperial on a machine of this quality. Let's go some more. At this point we're going to do the tie rod bolts up. So tight there. Right there. Going to our 1/2 inch bottom block screws. I bet you like this, don't you? Look at this, no electric drills. Back to basics. Who needs power? Manpower. Over. Fiddly one here. Really have a spanner on this, shouldn't I, really? But there you go. Yeah, right, so. At this point, we're just going to tip it over, make sure our cylinder rotates. Yes, it does. Make sure we've not got any movement in the bearings. Feels quite good. And they turn. So I think we'll put the rear roller on. Slip. Good, so flip it over again. good. We can even the brackets up a bit later. So roller on. So the next piece is, let's have the engine out of the way. I might just give those one more quick tweak. That's good. Right, now this is the bit that can get a little tricky, but it's not that bad. So we've got our pinion and our pull. And as I said to you on the last one, they're handed. You can see the difference. So we've got to get the right one on the right side. So what is fairly obvious is you can see the little pinions are always going to, that's it, got my camera lady in again, like that. That's the correct way. That's the wrong way. So now we know that, that's one job out of the way, and that applies to both. So we're just going to pop one in first, and then we're going to see if we've got it right. So around here, I'm just going to aim that there. Just going to make sure I get that there, that's good. Got a bit of grease on there, so I think we're all right. So it doesn't fall out, that's it. Put the pinion on. Get a spindle. So we can give this a bit of a dummy run. Now, let's do it there. So what should happen is obviously 3 wheels forward and then the gauge is going backwards. So we've got that one right. So I think we're probably going to be able to pinch the pinch bolt up on that one. We'll put the other one on. We'll just tip that up and then you can see what that's doing. So that little fella there pinches upon that part of the axle. Can't really go far wrong, I don't think. So you just wind it in till it stops. Give it a nip up. If you want to be fussy, some of them do have a hole for a split pin, but probably not necessary. So there's that one there. Other side. So we'll just do the same thing again. Line it up. What we will do, or mustn't forget to do, is put the sprocket on. So that's the sprocket. Left-handed thread. Now luckily, you don't really need to go mad with tightening this up, because believe it or not, the chain and the drive will do the work for you. So I'll just do that as much as we need to. There we are. So there's that. We can put the chain on in a bit. So again, same rule applies with the pinion there. Got that right, so we'll drop that in. We'll have a little bit of grease on there. Let's go for it. There we are. Forward, so that's feeling pretty good so far. Now, obviously you put a little bit of oil on the gears here, but the nice thing is we've got a little oiler there, so when we're done we can obviously oil it from the external. So I think probably on that note we're probably going to leave it here for now. I've got the clutch to repair, as we've said. I've got that to hopefully build up and repair, so I'm going to do that for next week. We can assemble that, and I'm going to, well, I think we're here, we're going to have a look at the engine. So let's bring the engine back into play, and we'll just bring that there. So at the moment, I don't quite know what it's really like, but we're going to take the head off and then see what it's like. I think it's probably going to be a decoke and possibly piston rings, but we're going to have a look. Just turn it over and then we'll see what it feels like. So, yeah. So You can see it's good it turns over, but there's no resistance. So lightly sticky valves, burnt valves, or possibly piston rings. So I'm sort of expecting it wants piston rings. So let's have a look. Off, that's cooling. Right, here we go. Big reveal. What have we got? Load of oil, load of rust, who knows? It's certainly not done any work for a while. Let's have a look. It looks a bit. See how much play we've got on the piston. Oh, we've got a little bit of play on the piston, haven't we? The valves are going up and down. The ball feels quite good, quite good. A little bit oily. So I think what we're going to do with this, between now and next week, we're going to strip it down. Piston rings, decoke, valves, gaskets, no expense spared. So between now and then, that's going to give me something to do. I hope you enjoyed the video, and there will be another video to follow very soon. Thank you for watching.